Because when I say I don't want to do the cooking and cleaning, I mean that across the board for no man. And if he is financially well endowed and I don't have to work, then we will order food. We will hire someone to do those tasks for us. I will be auditioning, I will be making content, I will be traveling, I will be shopping, but I will not be cooking and cleaning.
So you're just going to go ahead and create a whole bunch of bills for that man, cause him a whole bunch of headaches, basically be a liability. And let me know in the comment section, why would a wealthy man or any man choose to be with somebody like that? May I say leftover? Would you be mad at me when I say leftover? A lot of women are asking following question online. Where did all the good men go? And is it justified if men ask the same question about women, such as where did all the feminine women go with all the wifey material qualities? I mean, as you and I already know, toxic feminism has many women thinking that they don't need a man, but yet they just want a man. It's okay for a woman to have a career, and it's okay for her to make her money and drive a nice car, but it's not okay to throw that into a man's face, thinking it's either going to threaten a man, or it's going to make a man respect you more, or it's going to make a man want you more. A man doesn't care about your money. He doesn't care about your car. All you are mentioning is your insecurities, because if you wouldn't have the need to compete with a man, you would never say these things, and you would actually know what it takes to be a feminine woman. In today's video, I would like to discuss a couple of points why it's so hard for some modern Western women to be wifey when it's needed more than ever before. And of course, we're going to jump into a couple of videos. One is about a gentleman who explains why women rather stick with the bad boy instead of dealing with the good, boring guy. And what would a YouTube video be if we don't incorporate a couple of videos from some modern Western women who think that being a wifey is something offensive, or even worse, something that a woman should feel ashamed for. It all starts with how many women have not been raised by wives. Many women never learned how to listen to a man. And when I say listen, I'm not talking about following a man's lead. I'm talking about sitting down face to face, looking into a man's face and actually communicating with a man. A lot of women nowadays, unfortunately, don't even know how to communicate their emotions and their feelings. They don't even know what it means to be self-aware. So how are you going to sit there trying to be a wife when you don't even know who you are as a person? And I'm saying this because so many women nowadays, it's 2024, everything is happening online. They're following all of these women who are confusing these young women, who telling these women that all you need is your looks in order for a man to chase you. But when a real wife, a mother, would be at home raising you as a daughter, she would tell you that your looks only is never going to make you keep a man. Lack of respect for a man. We already know that the respect thing is one of the main problems in today's modern dating world, especially when you are already in a relationship and you don't respect your man. Because if a woman doesn't respect you as the man of the household, she's simply not going to follow your lead. She's not going to consult with you. She's always going to think that she is in a power position just because of the simple fact that she is the female and has been told by her mother, her aunties, and her cousins that she is the one in control because of her sexuality. So if a woman has lack of respect for her man, let me tell you, that relationship is already destined to fail, because if you don't have any respect, you cannot create any love. If you can't create any love, how are you going to care for a person? If you don't care for a person, how are you going to have empathy? If you're not empathetic, how are you going to actually be there for the person if he needs you the most? But that goes for both. So lack of respect is a huge issue as well.
Don't do wife duties for someone before they make you their wife, or a long-term relationship, whatever you want to call it. That is sleeping with someone, that is creating comfort in their home, and that is cooking their meals. Don't do that. It's a female manipulation. What you're trying to do there is you're trying to overperform wife duties in order to get husband duties from him. So when you do all those three things, you're expecting provision and protection from him, but don't do that. He's not your husband, and it's going to leave you with an exchange-like relationship before having agreed to the fact that you guys are life partners. So you would have overperformed these wife duties. He's accepted them, and then when he doesn't give you the protection and provision that you were trying to so elegantly manipulate him into, you are shocked and you're upset. Don't do those things unless someone has given you that title or has had that conversation or has moved forward with that. If you want to cook for him, go to restaurants, cook for your friends, do it in an atmosphere of everybody else doing it. You don't owe him to sleep with him. You don't owe him to make comfort in his home. And if you do those things, that's off your own back, and don't expect for him to provide for you, to pay your bills, or to look after you.
Women are certified overthinkers. What is wrong with a woman actually suggesting like, hey, let's go over to your place, I'll cook something nice, maybe we can sit down and watch a movie? What's wrong with that? I'm literally asking. Let me know in the comment section, because at this point, I don't even understand that how people forget about the simplicity of things. Just like so many women are saying that I don't want to be taken to a coffee date, I want to be taken to a restaurant where the man has to pay hundreds of dollars for it. What is the point? At the end of the day, aren't you going to the date to get to know the man, or are you trying to get to know his pockets? Are you trying to get to know how much he's going to spend on you? And if he does spend all this money on you today, that doesn't mean he's going to spend all that money on you every time you guys are meeting. Just because a man spends a lot of money doesn't mean that he's husband material. And also, a lot of women don't even understand from a man's perspective what it means to protect his woman. A man's way of protecting his woman could be, you're not going out after this time of the day. You are not going on that girl's trip. You are not wearing that outfit. You are not talking to that person. But women would consider this to be controlled, when really a man is just trying to save his woman or even the relationship from people who don't have their best interest in mind.
If she's for bad boys, unfortunately, she's not wife material. See, if a woman has interest in bad boys who misbehave, who get in trouble, and they see it as hot or tough or attractive, unfortunately, this is a very toxic trait, and is definitely not wife material. She's not wife material because she won't appreciate a truly good man, a true guy. She's so used to these toxic bad guys that when a good guy comes around, she doesn't understand how to keep him around, how to respect him, because she's so used to something else. That does not make her wife material. I know from personal experience. Other guys will tell you they know from personal experience.
Absolutely true. A woman who is looking for chaos will bring nothing but chaos into a man's life. It's already bad enough that all of these men are running around without guidance, just being wild in the streets, but it's going to make it worse if you have a woman by your side who's going to make your daily life even worse or even more risky. Because a lot of these young women who are into these tough guys, instead of being with a good boring guys, they will put you in a situation where you are putting your life at risk. There could be a fight in the street somewhere where she is involved and she would ask you to protect her. That's what a lot of women don't understand nowadays. If a man is supposed to protect you, that does not mean that you are supposed to put his life into a situation and jeopardize your life as well. That is not what it means. A man is supposed to protect his wife or his girlfriend. I remember one of my friends in America, she said she would only deal with drug dealers. I said, huh? What do you do if that man goes to jail? Or what do you do if that man expects you to do something and then you end up going to jail? Because most of the times these drug dealers, they're really not genuine, nice people. They will just, shovel something down your purse if they have to. I mean, I don't know. Luckily, I never had to experience that.
Someone compliments you that you're wife material. My sister, know that you're doing a lot of things wrong. However, when men often tell you that you're not wife material, that you look too high maintenance, you're not humble, that you do not have an endurance spirit, know that you're doing a whole lot of things right. Because oftentimes, this idea of submission to a lot of men is a doormat, a woman who lacks agency, and a woman who is not assertive enough to hold them accountable for a lot of things. So when they tell you you're not wife material, please, you're doing a whole lot right. Okay?
I'm telling you, these women take pride in not being a wife. I'm not saying being a wife should be a woman's best accomplishment in her life, but it's a part of life if you're really interested in getting married. And being a wife is like a job. If you don't do certain things, you're not going to get rewarded for it. If your husband doesn't take care of his husband duties, he's not going to get rewarded for it. It's very, very simple. And I cannot stand when women compare submissiveness to being a doormat. I have never came across a couple where she followed his lead and he took advantage of her.
I post videos that I'm happy to be single and that I don't want to have to, look after a man and cook and clean for him. Every so often somebody will comment and say, yeah, I agree with you. But if I meet a man and I can stay home, I'm not gonna mind cooking and cleaning for him. See, this is what I'm talking about when I say I don't have that gene in me. Because when I say I don't want to do the cooking and cleaning, I mean that across the board for no man. And if he is financially well endowed and I don't have to work, then we will order food. We will hire someone to do those tasks for us. I will be auditioning, I will be making content, I will be traveling, I will be shopping, but I will not be cooking and cleaning. So when I say I don't want to do those things, there are no disclaimers. There is no, well, if the gene is not in my body. And y'all know, my OG followers, my people, my tribe know how much I love and adore Jamie Foxx. Not even for him. Nope, not even for him. Jamie Foxx could see me on TikTok or Instagram and find me and be like, hey girl, I think you're fine, you're funny, let's be together. The only thing is I just want a woman who will cook and clean for me and take care of me. And I'd be like, Jamie, oh my God, you are so fucking fine. But I'm gonna have to pass, my guy. Y'all, when I say I don't want to have to take care of a grown man, I'm not saying it to be funny. I'm not saying it to be cute or whatever. I'm not saying it because it's trendy and women are starting to wake up. I'm not saying it and there's a disclaimer of if he's rich or if I can stay home. I'm saying it because I don't want to fucking do it. Just want to make that clear.
So I get it. She doesn't want to cook for anyone and nobody really cares if she's single and she doesn't want to cook for anyone. I get that. But if she meets a man who's rich, if he's wealthy, if she can go on trips, spend his money, be on TikTok, content creating, all of these things, entertaining, maybe even other men, why would that man be with you? What is it that he can get from you, out of you, from being with you? Absolutely nothing. It's not even that it's nothing. It's probably even worse because you are spending his money. You're probably going to give him headaches. You are going to be a liability. So no man in the world who's wealthy is going to accept the woman with this type of mindset. But you have women agreeing with each other. That is the problem. You have women saying that if the man doesn't make X amount of money, he doesn't deserve me cooking, he doesn't deserve me cleaning, he doesn't deserve anything. What is it that makes women not qualified to be wifey material? Lack of respect for men. Most of them don't want to cook and clean until the man proves himself that he's actually worth for a woman to stand in the kitchen and just waste her precious time. They don't accept the man to be the authoritative figure in the household. They are not catering. They don't want to listen to a man. They don't want to follow his lead. And they take offense to being called wifey material. How can you help these women? How are we supposed to help these women? Do they even want to be helped nowadays? Or do they just want to ride on this, I'm independent, I'm strong, I don't need a man, I just want a man, don't even get me twisted? That, ladies, is not cute at all. If you are so happy with being by yourself, if you are so happy with being alone and single, why are you online screaming about it all the damn time? That's my educational part for today, everyone. Thank you so much for sticking around, subscribing to my channel. Welcome on board. Thank you so much for watching today's video as well. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, you share it with your friends and with your family, and stay tuned for more content, and also have a great start into your new week. But first of all, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I will talk to you guys soon.